So I posted a video the other day about that new touch law and said that this is bad, that this is coming to more than just Pennsylvania, that once this happens, this is going to be hard to control, that this is absolutely going to be abused by the police. Well, as of this morning, look what just came out. Hands off. 31 states where drivers face touch laws fined up to $450 if hands are in the wrong place, and it applies at red lights. So what this law is basically saying that is, if your hands aren't on the steering wheel at all times, the cop is going to be in the right to give you a ticket for a touch law, saying that you had the opportunity to be distracted because both hands, or however many hands, were not on that steering wheel. And it doesn't matter what you're going to be messing with inside of that car, whether you're driving or whether you're sitting still. If a cop sees you with your hands off of that steering wheel, he can write you a ticket for up to $450 for distracted driving. Right there. Give me some likes and comments. Have a great day, America.
Hands off. Drivers face touch law. No touching your cell phone while driving. Now, I got a problem with this. Because it says right here, 31 states where drivers face touch law fines of up to $450 if hands are in the wrong place, and it applies at red lights. And they just didn't finish the sentence. The states are Alabama, Arizona, California, Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware, Georgia, Hawaii, Idaho, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, Missouri, Nevada, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New York, Ohio, Oregon, Rhode Island, Tennessee, Vermont, Virginia, Washington, West Virginia. Now let's talk about this. So let me get this right. My hands aren't at 10 and 2, and I drive a manual, and now all of a sudden I'm in trouble because my hands aren't at 10 and 2. And a lot of people like me are one-handed drivers. I always drive with one hand. Unless I'm on a bridge or in really tight traffic, I've got one hand on the wheel. My other one's on the, edge of my seat, sitting there on the armrest. I don't drive with two hands. How many people drive with two hands all the time? So now they can use that as a reason to pull you over and possibly ticket you for cell phone use without actually seeing you, just because your hands are in a suspicious location. I would find that hard to prove. But then again, a lot of times you're guilty until proven innocent. And it's supposed to be the other way around, isn't it?
Shalom. Call halal YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH. That's giving all praise to the Most High. In the name of His only begotten Son, in the name of the Holy Spirit. Double honors to our teachers, the elders, and apostles of Great Millstone, who taught us His truth and sincerity, peace and salutations to the hopeful elect scattered abroad. Shalom to the 144,000. And real quick, I want to go into this video you just seen. All right, this whole thing about this new no touch law. Okay, it passed June 5th for particular states, man. All right, now it's not down here in Florida, thankfully, but over half of the country was just, this law was put in effect where they can fine you almost $500. Okay, just because you're not, just because the cops don't see your both hands on the steering wheel. And this is going to be, heavily pushed on Jake. A lot of racial discrimination, because they ain't gonna pull over a Edomite for not having his hands on the steering wheel. They're gonna pull over a Jake, and this is gonna give them reason to, search your car and all that type of stuff, just to bring more hell and persecution upon Jake. And this is just a part of those unrighteous decrees, man. The police have a whole laptop, a whole computer in their car where they're tapping on it as they're driving at the light. They're tapping on this computer, and everything else they have in those vehicles. But you let you happen to change your radio while you at the stoplight and the cop sees you, oh yeah, they gonna put hell on you. All right, so this is just a part of that, further of them putting hell on you and control, okay, bringing hell and control upon people. All right, it's no, let me look, the brother right here, the elder brother says, making money scam. Yeah, and that's what it's about too. Making money. That's another thing I ain't want to forget to add, is this about making money, man. All right, and this is how they subject us, in this wicked society. It's from the Brother Arrows of Indignation 144. Let's grab a few precepts, though, some that we already seen here, but let's grab it. It says, Isaiah chapter 10, verse 1, it says, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, which woe means destruction, okay? And they are decreeing unrighteous decrees. Let's go into this word decree, okay? Because when they pass these particular laws, this is what they're doing. It says, decree.
Strong's H, 2711. Chekek.
It says decree, resolve, statute, action, prescribed. Okay, so this is how they prescribe and decree certain laws, certain things that they want to establish, these bills that they're passing. All right, it says, woe, which means destruction unto them that decree unrighteous decrees and right grievousness, which they have prescribed. You see, they just pull the shit out of their ass. Okay, and they're writing grievous, unfair laws so they can keep, Jake, locked up, paying fines, and it's just a money grab. It says turn aside the needy, because when the cops pull you over, they're gonna have a reason, and they can just say that, use that as a reason now. Oh, well, you took your hand off the steering wheel. Come on, man. We're not ignorant of Satan's devices. We know what this devil is doing, and he's gonna make it where he can persecute any nigga he see. Okay, it's gonna be open season on niggas, so they're gonna make up these bullshit laws so they can say, oh, well, you didn't have both hands on the steering wheel and da 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 da. Next thing you know, you're going through hell and high water in the courthouse. It says to turn aside the needy from judgment and to take away the right from the poor of my people. And this is what Esau does. They constantly robbing the poor, which are you Israelites. All right, that's all it is. It's a money grabbing scheme. It says that widows may be their prey and that they may rob the fatherless. And this is what Esau does, man. Okay, continually to Jake. Okay, we ain't got shit already, and they're not satisfied. They want to take more. It says, verse 1 in the NLT, what sorrow awaits the unjust judges and those who issue unfair laws. And this is what they do. They issue these unfair laws against us. Okay. It says they deprive the poor of justice and deny the rights of the needy among my people. They prey on widows and take advantage of orphans. Yeah, this is how they keep them systems afloat by, robbing people, man. Because you get a particular ticket, they'll suspend your license if you don't pay it, or they'll, you won't be able to renew your license, and your tag, which those are unrighteous decrees. You don't always have to have a license and a tag to drive in America, but it's just something new they came up with so they can continue to oppress you. Same thing with this whole insurance thing. Come on. It says Baruch chapter 3 verse 8, behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us for a reproach and a curse, and to be subject to payment. So if they give you a ticket, almost $500 because you didn't have, both hands on the steering wheel, you're subject to pay that. You got to pay that, or they're going to fuck you over. They're going to put all type of hell upon you, It says, according to all the iniquities of our fathers, which departed from the Lord, our power, YAHAWASHI. So there you go. Now, I just want to, give a quick update on this, or to report on this. And you see what he said, what particular states, just be mindful. Be mindful of this, man. And if you had a light next to a cop, this is something to take in consideration, because it's going to give them access, or the ability to to police brutalize Jake, man. And that's what they do, But yeah, shalom, call y'all,